As I became the principal of Glendale High School, I was receiving students that could not speak and read and write English, and to me that was criminal, because they were relegated into these bilingual education classes being taught in their native language. But I later found out bilingual education was code to teaching kids whose native language was Spanish and keeping them in native language classes. So in 1999, I heard that California had gotten rid of bilingual education through their Proposition 227. And I said to myself, if California can get rid of bilingual education, surely Arizona can. We are less liberal than they are, right? So I said, I'm going to start an initiative. I had no idea how I was going to do it, but I called 4 of my friends who were as passionate as I was regarding getting rid of bilingual education. So in 2000, 4 of my friends and I ran a grassroots initiative in Arizona, and we got rid of bilingual education with 63% of the electorate. And that was, to me, one of the most common sense educational reforms that have ever been passed in Arizona. Now, the reason I say this is common sense is because English should always be the instructional language in our classrooms. And I continue to fight this, because every once in a while there are people who introduce bills in our legislature trying to sneak in the teaching of another language other than English. And I continue to fight that, because we need to make sure that English stays our language of instruction. I just finished reading the book by Martin Levin, the great one, Liberty and Tyranny. And there's a chapter on the chapter of immigration, and there's a quote by de Tocqueville that states, "The strongest and possibly the most enduring link that unites men is language." And we need to keep English as our language of instruction and our language of this country. The Constitution is written in English, and we want all of our students to, of course, know the Constitution, which is another one of my issues as I become superintendent of public instruction, to make that a mandate, because it was a mandate for me in the 8th grade before I graduated the 8th grade to pass the U.S. Constitution. And we need to bring that back into our schools.